Welcome to Unfiltered 3, spilling the tea with
Cece.
Autumn.
and Brie.
Hi, friends. How have you been? What have you been up to?
We hope you're doing well and are in a better place than us right now. We're not in a bad place, but we have already recorded this episode once, and things happen. It's just something that's a part of this industry. Audio files went missing, and here we are recording it again.
But we're going to bring back, that same fun excitement to talk about our goals.
Summer is still just starting, technically, if we're going
Yeah.
off of the solstice.
That is true. That is true.
And we are here to set some goals for this summer.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I've started doing things here and there, the normal cleaning stuff. That's what I've really tried to concentrate on. So hopefully I can keep that energy going.
Yeah, get the spring cleaning into summer cleaning,
Mhm.
into fall cleaning, into winter cleaning, to do the cleaning all over again.
Exactly.
Never ending.
Adulthood.
Never ending. So we wanted to talk about our summer goals because we had a conversation about how this is something that Brie and I started right around when we first became friends.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We had a summer of let's go do this, and then it never happened. And it was a lot. And so the next summer we're like, we're gonna make a list and we're gonna do these things. Did we do all of them? No. Did we do some of them? Yes. And it was really cool. And we've kept up the tradition since.
Yeah.
So yeah, we wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, because those years before we had goals, it was just either we did everything in that summer, leading us to burn out even more in winter. Or, like you said, we didn't do anything because we were like, oh, but this person can't do this thing. And then
Yeah.
you have to do this thing and we can't do this thing. And then nothing happened. So, having these goals for us have been very helpful in picking and choosing what we want to do, making sure we feel most fulfilled that summer. And yeah, it's been something that's been really helpful and we want to keep doing.
Yeah, we wanted to bring you guys into it and Cece too, because this will
Yeah.
be her first summer doing it with us.
New
Yeah.
concept to me, but love the idea. Hopefully, yeah, get the balls rolling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna talk about our past goals and kind of what they are or what they were. And they were very similar into activities that Brie and I liked to do. So we would pick painting was one of them, where we could paint wherever, like maybe it was the lake or one of our houses or the living room. We just wanted to paint. It was painting is actually something the three of us love doing, and we
Mhm.
haven't done in a hot minute.
True.
Something we could do this weekend. Just saying.
That's true.
Anywho.
Goal.
To explain that, we have our girls' weekend this weekend.
Yes.
And
So
we will tell
excited.
you guys all about it on a future episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so we did things a lot like that. I think one of them was going on hikes, even though they were small walk hikes type kind of thing. Kayaking, laying out, just stuff of that nature, just nice times that you can spend with your friends, like you said earlier.
Yeah. The activities. Because then, a good example, fall wise, would be if you want to go to haunted houses or go apple picking. It's the activities you want to do for that season. And summer, there's a lot of things you can do.
There is a lot of different things that you can do.
Yeah.
So, how do you choose? How do you do the ones that you want to do, especially when you have a full group of people that is your friends? So we've listed the things that is what we really want to get done.
Yeah. Yeah, and it worked. And I think this year we're still going to implement that, but we have a deeper aspect to it now too. I think we're going to do more personal and shared goals of activities or even just mental health things or routines and stuff of that nature.
Yeah, because in my head, it's the activities thing that's bucket list. And then I have my personal goals of habits I'm trying to create and form and bring into the rest of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Cece? Do you want to share your goals?
I don't have any real major ones besides just concentrating more on my happiness as of what I've been trying to do lately.
Mm.
Um, Maybe trying to take care of my body a little better. Um, Cleaning, obviously, I've
Mm.
said that. But even, well, what comes along with mental health is keeping your space clean. And I'm not the best at that. Where I
It's
put something off to the side and I go, oh, I'll grab it later. You guys know.
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
a hard
It
one,
takes
Mm-hmm.
energy, and
Yeah.
sometimes you just don't have that energy.
Yes.
especially if you're mentally worn at the same
Mm-hmm.
time. That's
Mhm.
that's a huge feat, and I'm proud of you. That's
Mhm.
awesome
Thank
that you've started
you.
that journey.
I'm trying to be better at it. And that's all you can ever do. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
And I've always said, like, things of that nature, like keeping your space clean, creating a routine, those are things that you have to go at slowly and you have
Mhm.
to be
Yeah.
forgiving with yourself. Like, it's not going to be you jump in it the first day and that you're doing it from there on out. Like, there are some people out there and I give you kudos. But like me personally, I just have to there's some days where I just simply think about the goal and or the yeah, the thing that I'm trying to obtain or achieve, and that is enough in that moment
Mhm.
because I've registered that it's something that I need to do, but that's all I can give in that moment.
I need to be better at recognizing that maybe on this day, this is all I can give.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm. The spoons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know you said you had a project goal that you wanted to do.
There was yeah. One of the summer goals I wanted to work on was that the front porch was kind of a mess and we use it a lot for storage. So what I'd like to do is clean it up. And then there was this really cool thing I saw on TikTok of all places, where they take Elmer's glue and put it over the windows and it makes like a
Mm.
film. So I
Mhm.
thought, how fun would that be just to try? Because our front porch ain't anything fancy. So it'd be a great tester. See how it turns out because it looked pretty cool.
It does look cool, but I also really wanna peel it.
Yeah, I would have that trouble too.
I'd have to sit on my hands. I'm like, "I know I can peel it right now. I wanna peel it."
But that's why I call you when we're ready to change it too, and you're like, "Yes!
Yeah,
Peel, peel, peel,
exactly.
peel."
Because you can stain it. You can make it different colors and have, like, a
Yeah,
stained glass
yeah, that was a
effect.
really cool TikTok with that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be cool.
I
We
really
can try all the colors.
yes, I hope we get to it, but I'm not gonna be mad if we don't, but that's what I like about the goals list is that even if you don't get to it, don't beat yourself up because next summer, guess what? It'll happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think during that, when you're doing all that, I'm just gonna sit in a chair and watch you guys get so excited over peeling tape. I get the allure. I get the status. It's like satisfying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's just so funny.
Savor the peelies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I worked at Verizon previously as a previous job, and people would be like, I would just after a while, you just take the packaging off the phone, and I had a lady be like, "You don't savor the peelies?" And I just looked at her and laughed because I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Ma'am, I unbox and, peel phones all day, like, I wanna get through this quickly."
Yeah.
If it were my own phone, yes, of course.
I would be so sad. I'm like, I didn't get to do the peelies myself
Oh,
either.
well, so after that, I would ask. I'd be like, "Do
Okay.
you wanna take these off?"
Okay.
And then she wasn't the only phone that I had to do, so I let her do the next phone and the next
That's
phone. I was
very
like,
nice
"If
of
you
you.
wanna take them, go by all means, help me out."
Yeah, I'd be a little annoyed if you did it for me because I like it.
What else do you wanna do this summer? What are, like, some is cleaning your main priority as far as, like, going out and doing things?
No, I mean, laying out in the sun, I desperately need it. You see my
Mm.
skin; it's calling for it. But I also want to get away. So me and my boyfriend want to plan a trip. I mean, just like little things. We've never gone on a trip together, so we thought maybe this is the kind of somewhere to do it. And I think that I also have some big news coming up that I will share on a later podcast.
Ooh.
And involves me traveling back and forth to a nearby city, maybe to visit someone.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And just I want to spend more time with my family and friends. I mean, I think I've been getting a little drained out on projects and stuff like that. And I just want to fit in a little more quality time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, then what a perfect weekend we're
I
entering
know.
in.
Yeah.
I'm so um yeah, and I think that through all those things, what's pointed out to me through your goals was
Mm-hmm.
that they kind of all lead into one another, right? So like all
Mm.
your project, because like you're a project person, Cece. You
Yes.
love your projects. When I met Cece, she was making coasters. She was making little plaques with cool gem
The
art.
Yeah.
resin.
I Yeah,
Yeah.
and paints and taking furniture and flipping it. Like you are a project girly.
Mhm.
Yeah. I definitely like it.
So I think you should do the windows because I think that will be
Inspire
like
me a
some
little
time
bit.
for yourself. Yeah, like that'll
Mm-hmm.
feed back into you and like who you are as a person and
I
like
agree.
the self-healing and stuff.
Mm.
And
And
you
then like also the quality time too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you can
Mhm.
have some quality time with me.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I appreciate talking about it because now I'm like getting a little more excited and I'm like, I think that's good. You should talk with your girlfriends about these things. They don't need to just be like a list in your head or whatever. You can be like, all right.
Yes.
Well, and I also think you get the ambition and the drive when you have a sense of connection to it, and your friends
Yeah.
help bring that sense of connection.
Oh,
Mhm.
And
definitely.
so then you're like, "Oh, I have a teammate in this. This is
Yeah.
cool. This is
Ooh, I like that.
fun."
Yeah.
See, having supportive people isn't just for when you're in your low moments.
Mhm.
They're
Mm,
the ones helping you through your goals and getting things done and keeping you motivated. Like
You
mm-hmm.
grow
lean
together.
on them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Very important.
absolutely.
Definitely.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Okay.
So it's funny that you mentioned some of your goals because there's quite a few that you and I align,
Yeah.
where our goals align. Like I love laying out. That is a mental health thing for me.
Mhm.
The sun is a huge part of my depression. And so being in the sun, it gives me that vitamin D. I can turn my mind off. I can just kind of be, relax, exist without
Mhm.
worries and stressors that I normally have. And that's something that is important to me. And then I do every year, and I want to continue to do it. And it's not to get tan, that is a pro. It's a benefit, but it's mainly just to have that time to be
Yeah.
able to just kind of the best word is just exist.
Yeah. Become one with the earth.
Yes, yes,
Mm.
and then through that, I love being in the sun, so there's a lot of, like, I really, really wanna go kayaking this summer, like,
Mm.
I've been asking my significant other, oh, like, every weekend, "We going?
Yeah.
When we going? We going?"
Might have heard you mention it a few times.
Yeah. So that's definitely gonna be something I'm doing within the next what? Next
Mhm.
couple of weeks. I do have a project goal that I want to do, and that was my desk. I bought a desk, I think in 2021, and I had this vision for it. And then I got, who in the hell knows,
Mm.
sidetracked,
Mhm.
overwhelmed, you name it.
Yeah.
Didn't want to do it, talked myself into leaving. It's just white right now. I don't want it to be white, but it's just white.
Mm.
And talked myself into just leaving it that way. And I really want to make my vision come to life because I know it's going to look so good.
It is.
It's going to
Yeah.
look so good. And so I want to do that. Whether that ends up being the summer or late fall, I find myself getting burnt out towards like not late fall, early fall, like late summer, early fall.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been doing so much that I just kind of want to do one of those things where you can just get into a task and lose. You just get into it, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Hyper focus.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
So I think that's one of those that I'll probably do at that time. And then yeah, I want to go to a beach. We have a ton of lakes around us that have beaches, and it's the closest thing as I can get to an actual beach. So I really want to do
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
And I'd like to do that a couple times because those can just be like easy all-day trips. Like, you just bring
Yeah,
a
Yeah.
cooler and you just chill.
Yeah.
You bring
we
a
should plan one.
volleyball or whatever. It's yeah, we should. We should definitely do that. And then mental health-wise, I wanna get back into my skincare routine. So for me, like, I need help keeping my spaces clean and organized. But my biggest thing right now that I wanna focus on is my skincare, like keeping my cleaning routine of my face and moisturizing and doing all of that and get better at that.
Yeah, get that routine down.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I had it down, and I dropped it, so I just gotta hop back on it.
I feel you.
Mhm.
So I gotta do that. I have all the products, it's all there. It's just a time commitment.
Mhm.
But we'll get there. That is a goal. That's probably not just a summer goal. It's gonna be a goal that stick to and hold and
A habit gold.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then journaling. I want to make journaling a goal as that's something that I really enjoy doing. It's another way for me to get a lot of my overwhelming obsessive thoughts out of my head and onto
Mhm.
paper is to write them down. And so I want to I want to get better at that. I fell off the bandwagon with that as well. And yeah, and then I made some like medical choices too to start fixing myself.
Taking
Taking care of
care of
myself
yourself.
in that regard and just being more routine because I feel like it's overwhelming, but then you're also like, I'm young, and then you're
Mhm.
like, but you really should be taking care of yourself even when you are young.
Mhm.
It's one of those, I'll get to it tomorrow
Yeah.
things.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Very, very easily put off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do it too.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, those are in a nutshell, those are my goals for this summer. For right now, they're
Mm,
probably gonna change, but
no,
Yeah.
that's okay.
I actually have a lot of similar ones too. Especially when it comes to falling off the bandwagon. And one of those is my facial routine. I was on a great streak of waking up, doing my thing for breakfast before work, and then the ritual of doing my face, sometimes doing makeup just for the fun of it, and going to work. But that stopped. I think I went on like a weekend trip to the Adirondacks, and that's when I fell off,
Mm,
possibly because I just got knocked out of the routine.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
that's hard when your routine just stops and then you have to get back on it. And it wasn't like you falling off. You're
Yeah.
almost like, "Oh."
Not
But
my
it was kinda
fault.
nice
Yeah.
to have that extra time to sleep. Mine's always sleep.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because if I could get back into it as soon as I got back, that probably would have kept me on it, but I
Mhm,
wanted to sleep in and have that recovery day, which
mhm.
happens in the same environment, so you just fall back off it.
Yeah,
It's hard.
that is hard. You'll do it though. I believe in you.
Thanks. I have been waking up earlier, and it helps that Andy just randomly brought me coffee one day.
Oh.
And I had to get up because I couldn't let the ice melt because it was a cold coffee. So that's like a trick. If I start to fall off, because a goal of mine is to start waking up earlier so I can do more with my day.
Yeah.
And if bringing me coffee in the morning to wake me up gets me out of bed, that might be something I have to do for a little bit to help get me into the routine because
Mhm.
that
There you go.
sleep is a really hard one for me to
Girl, I
do.
same. Do you
Mhm.
remember when do you remember when you and I made a goal one summer of
Mm,
yoga and
mhm,
you were gonna wake me up at 5
mhm.
every
Oh.
morning to do
Oh,
yoga?
goodness.
I did it once.
Oh, yeah, I
I did
bet.
it once. Bree did it all like, you were pretty consistent with it. I
Yeah.
was like
Really? Ooh.
1 and done. I am not a morning person, and it takes a lot. Like, something has to be really, really fun to
Mhm,
get me or work. I have to have, like, that obligation,
Mm.
mhm.
or I'm not getting up. I'll tell you, my awake self will tell you yes, and my sleep self will tell you I'm not coming.
Yeah. I remember having to coax you, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Well, Awake Autumn was like, no, like, get me to do it." And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Are you sure?" I don't know where's the line, where
I got up
Yeah, you
and I did
did.
it, and then I'm pretty sure I went back to sleep.
That's probably what I would have done, yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing about physical exercise for me is where I learned that I just need to at least fit it into my daily routine the way
Mhm.
that my routine is now. Because if I'm trying to wake up earlier to do it or fit it somewhere purposely that's a new spot where dinner's supposed to be or something, it's just not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
Mm,
I need to try and just do it when I have the time
Mhm.
that day. Find a space for it that day, even if it's just one little thing. And I'm saying that because it's also my goal right now is to go even just stretch.
Yeah.
Even if I just start with stretching every night because
mhm.
it's been hard. I don't have the same flexibility as I used to. Like I'm feeling that sluggishness of not moving my body the way I used to and it's just I don't want to keep falling into that and I want to get out of that. So I'm starting with at least stretching once a day. And I'll work my way up.
Good. I would love to do that. I've been thinking about it lately, like, why don't I just get up and stretch? It doesn't
Mhm.
like the concept, me sitting here thinking about it is not that hard.
Oh, no.
But
Mhm.
actually getting out of bed and then just doing it, why is that so hard?
I know.
I used to do bed yoga
Mhm.
where you'd get in your bed and then you'd go through like a yoga sequence,
Mm,
and I would instantly fall asleep. Instantly fall asleep. Like it got used. Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah.
It actually is what helped me because like working. So I had a previous job where I worked 8 to 4, and now my job that I have now I work 7 to 4. So that is actually what helped me get into the routine of actually not going to bed at 12:31 in the morning and going to bed between like 9:30, 10:30 o'clock.
yeah.
Yeah, that is a
Mm.
struggle of mine right now with the one downfall I'll say at least. I do love working from home and I love setting my own hours, but I'm also like I don't have to be on my butt about my hours because I can work
Yeah.
whenever. So it's
Mhm.
Mhm.
like I can sleep an extra hour and I can still go to work and it be fine.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
definitely see the pros and cons of both that. So,
Mm,
yeah. Mm.
yeah. But I will wake up earlier, I will have my facial routine, and I will move my body more again. And we had a goal for a while for doing a very popular hike in the Adirondacks by fall and training up for it. I don't think that will be our end goal hike anymore because we haven't been able to get outside and move between our bodies not moving the way we want them right now and the Canada wildfires and the smoke that it's brought in,
Mhm.
unfortunately, all around.
Mhm.
um, yeah, it's been hard to get outside recently to go and do that. So our
Yeah.
goal will change slightly there, but we do still have the goal of going hiking and having the routine of that this summer.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. So that's
Mhm.
something
Yeah.
that you and Andrew really like to do.
Yeah,
That's
that's
like
our
your thing.
thing.
Mhm. That's
I do
cute.
love my nature walks with you though too.
Our cemetery walks, you mean?
Mhm.
Mm.
You know
Coming
what's you know
soon.
what's funny is
Yes.
when we previously it's so funny that you guys did that. In our previous recording, because I was editing this, you guys, before we realized that it was lost.
Hmm.
And I had accidentally said ghouls somewhere as another word.
Yeah.
And then we all went, ooh. So it's just funny that that still came into this episode here.
It
Oh,
was meant to be.
yes.
It's a canon event. You can't take out the ooh of this
Mhm.
episode.
They come back from their walks with some pretty funny stories. Well, pretty interesting stories from the cemetery. So,
Yeah, we're
Mm.
gonna have to do an episode of just straight
yeah.
storytelling, like just telling random stories of our experiences.
That'll be October spooky
October.
ween
Hmm.
episode.
Yeah, PG spooky ween.
We'll see about that.
Autumn will conveniently be gone. She will be busy. I don't do scary.
You've been warned.
Uh,
But yeah, With that and the activities and personal goals that I want to do, I also have the same shared goal of laying out going to a beach specifically because I know that we're going to lay out this weekend.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But going to the beach, even though they're lake beaches, have been something I've done at least once a year. That was something that was a tradition for me growing up that I've really missed.
Mhm.
And we all are beach gals.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we need
Mhm.
to make this a new traditional shared goal of going to the beach at least once a summer.
Just so you guys know, because we are not visual, I was shaking my head the entire time she was saying that. Yes.
Mm, I agree.
Oh, project wise.
Mhm.
Mm,
I know I was originally saying that was going to be my shelves that are in my office because it is something I've been wanting to do. It's just hasn't ever been something that's highest priority on my list of goals.
yeah.
Mhm.
And a new project has kind of bumped it back again.
Okay.
And it's doing my outdoor garden specifically behind our garage. I'm kind of taking our gardens slowly, like one season at a time, focusing on them. And I'm focusing on the back one first because we got a porch swing that turns into a bed
Mhm.
that I just want to lay down out there. There's the view of the canal, and just I want to be surrounded by nature and have like a little nature escape.
Mhm.
So
Mm,
I want to at least clear out that area first
Mhm.
and clean it, the walls of the garage and everything, make it look nice, and then plan out what I'm going to be planting, doing whatever I have to do to prep the soil, that kind of thing. And then
Mhm.
next year we'll be planting and actually making that oasis.
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do like raised garden beds or just
I have no idea.
I
oh,
suggest you
exciting?
talking to my parents.
Mm.
They have done that. They've had a whole little farm on the
Yeah.
side of their like vegetable patch on the side of their house. And she did everything she needed to do to the
Mhm.
ground to make it ready for it.
Yeah, you have a family of gardeners.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are very knowledgeable. I will absolutely use you as a resource. All of you.
Yeah.
Not me, but you know my dad's
Yeah.
there. I did not inherit the green
You take care of houseplants. You
thumb.
do good.
I
You're a good
try.
plant mom.
I try.
Give yourself more credit.
Yeah, a pat on the back.
Yeah,
Go say hi to them when you get home.
Hey,
They'll make you
everyone
love.
kills a plant,
my,
okay?
the ones I have aren't dead yet, so we're doing
Well, you're
good.
doing better than both of us. We
You
both killed plants.
Mhm.
I have definitely killed a plant before, but you guys have like a lot of plants versus like
Bree
my
has a lot of plants.
li-
Autumn has, I feel like, a normal amount of plants.
Bree has a rainforest.
Bree does. Bree has a whole
Too.
damn greenhouse.
Yeah.
I have the Lowe's department store selection.
No.
That is true.
You
I do
have a
have.
silver sword,
I have a princess thing
pink
too.
a pink princess. Yep.
I have a huge ass freaking birds of paradise.
Oh, it's so
Mhm.
happy.
It's so big.
Autumn's put them in perpetual summer.
I didn't know. They would just always have sunlight.
Mhm.
But isn't that like similar to what they have? No, I don't know.
I mean, the moon comes up.
Yeah, but okay. Well, you buy me plugs with timers.
I really do put my plants to bed though, because my timer schedule is called Good Morning Plants and Good Night Plants.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, you come. I don't have Google, so I'll have to use Alexa, but you can
Mhm.
go Alexa rig my house.
Okay, I will.
That'd
That'll
be
be a
awesome.
goal that you'll have for me.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Uh,
Oh, we do have to take care of your pothos though.
yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
Absolutely 1000.
Urgent goal.
Yes, very urgent. Yeah, if we wanted to do that before somehow, some way, I could bring it here. It's my guys, it's my baby. It's my
Name-
first plant.
Named.
Big Bertha.
Yeah.
I don't know. She was a big, beautiful plant when I got her. She was
Mhm.
massive. And she was so pretty, golden pothos.
She's a marble queen pothos.
Golden. Oh, you're right. I was just about to say that again. I have a golden pothos too. I
Mhm.
always do that.
Yeah. I mean, They're both
You you're
popular
lucky I
and
know the names.
yeah.
I'm like, "Plant."
Bree and Andrew will say, like, the Latin term for the
Oh,
plant, and
yeah.
I'll be like,
Mhm.
"What's the street name?"
Yeah.
What do they call it on the streets? Because it ain't that.
Yeah. I would learn it that way because that was my hyperfixation for a while was plants, and every person that I watched would say the scientific name and then the street name. So I'm like, "That's that and that's that." Okay.
Oh, alright. So a garden, that's awesome. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Would you do, like, medicinal plants like I know you've been wanting to? Would you put those back there?
I would see the spot back there is shady. I
Okay.
know a lot of herbs and stuff want that full sun. I do know there's some that I could dig into that would be okay with shade. I don't know if echinacea is one of them, the coneflower. That's one I definitely want to grow. I
Yeah.
think that might go in that spot, but I'm not sure.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would need to look up what grows in that conditions
Mhm.
as far as medicinal wise, because I'm still learning. But I definitely want to grow and expand a lot into that
Yeah,
herbalism.
absolutely.
Very cool.
But I think that's mainly it. I mean, I have the goal of cleaning too. I've been in perpetual burnout for the last couple weeks and will be for another couple weeks. So it's been hard keeping on top of everything. And then that also makes it hard to get into starting these routines.
Mhm.
So I think I'm just going to have to start there. But I think I'm using our girls' weekend as a reset.
I was just gonna
Yes.
say that we should use the girls' trip as a little reset for ourselves, and
I
then when we
think
come back,
yeah, I think
focus.
that's what it's gonna be. It's
Mm.
just leads into so many busy weeks.
Hmm.
Yes.
It's almost like instead of a reset, it's like a nice little reprieve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
But it'll be fulfilling. Is what I need something like right now is to just fill my cup, and I'm very, very, very excited.
Yeah.
Um, I do know something that we mentioned before that was almost a collective goal of ours, that we could help each other in a way was doing these things with one another
Hmm.
and kind of going like maybe it's one weekend and it's a couple hours at each house, or it's spread across weekends, or however we do it, or weeknights or whatever. But we get together and we just help each other be there in
Oh,
whatever way we need while we
definitely.
do those things. Like while you clean, if you need me to dust or sweep, I'll be your girl. Need me to vacuum? I'll be your girl for probably half of it, and then my back will start seizing up.
I was like, "I will sit and clap you on."
I'll be there in whatever way you need. Just someone to
Yeah.
hang out while you're doing it. I
Yeah.
can do that too.
Always.
Same with
Mhm.
you.
Mhm.
You know, I think that for me at least, Cece and I would do that a lot. Like you would come
Mhm.
over and hang out with me just while I was cleaning.
Yep.
Would help me fold and hang some clothes here and there, but really it's just like having that.
The support.
Yeah, but, like, also the almost like entertainment in a way, like,
Mm.
we would have good
Yeah.
conversations, it would still be engaging, and I'm also doing a task, and it's like it was fulfilling, it was good,
Mhm.
instead of it being like, "Oh, I have to get through this."
Mm.
Yeah.
Um, I will say to go off of that, there is something that I've been doing this week because, like you, I have been very, very burnt out, and
Mm.
yeah, and going through it. And so I said to myself, okay, I'm going to give myself 1 hour every day to do something towards my space.
Mhm.
And that was like maybe I just sorted the clothes that I needed to sort for that hour, or I picked up clothes. It's all clothes.
Mm.
All of my stuff is clothing. Just, ugh. But it's just like going small at it. And like Derek and I took an hour the other day and we cleaned and stuff of that nature. And so I would do recommend that, just taking, like, that hour or that half hour of your day and just doing one of those tasks and just checking it off your list, and it's, like, a little bit of, like, accomplishment towards
Mhm.
that weight that you're carrying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it also like the mindset of I'm doing this for my future self.
Mhm.
I like
Mm.
it's like a little gift to my future self when I do things, even when I don't feel like doing things. And then I'm like, future, I'm doing this for future Brie. And then in the future, I come across it, I'm like, thanks.
Oh,
I
I
really
love that.
do. I'm building that relationship with myself, just quite
I love
literally.
it. I love it. I love it. I love every moment of it.
I want to implement that. I like it.
It's nice to yourself.
Yeah.
I've also started to be more comfortable with giving myself hugs
Mm.
in tough moments. And it's really helped build that relationship. I have started to feel the self love in a real sense instead
Mhm.
of the faking it till you make it type sense,
Mhm.
Mm.
which is cool.
I did catch myself hugging myself the other day.
Mm.
It was during the thunderstorm, of course.
Mm.
I know. I was
Aw.
like, ooh, and I was like, I think I'm hugging myself right now. And I was like, I'll be okay.
To be
Yes.
fair, that was an intense storm.
Yeah, I was shivering.
Bree and I were out on our porches smiling like
Of
fools.
course you were.
I was fucking cheesing. Derek was scared. And I was like, what was that?
It
I
was like right on top of
I was
us.
gonna
And
say there was at least
There's two.
2 strikes.
There was 2 strikes and Derek and I watched both of them.
Oh, there was 3. There was actually a house that got hit down
Oh,
by the lake.
damn.
Mm-hmm.
I did see the whatever they're called, fire trucks. My gosh.
Mhm.
Those things. Woo
I saw,
woo.
yes, I saw them go down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one I was like right by Bree's house, and I texted Andrew and I was like, "You dead?" And he was like, "I think so." But it was so close to your house.
Yeah, he was outside for it
Yes.
because we saw how heavy it was pouring outside. We didn't really hear big thunder yet.
Mhm.
Like it didn't seem like it was on top of us yet, but it was pouring really hard and we have a
Mhm.
TV outside.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't even think
And
about it.
yeah, well, we have a weatherproof cover on it. So
Mhm.
for the most part it's fine and it's under there's a little bit of roofing covering it.
Yeah.
But we weren't sure if it was getting wet at all because of how heavy it was pouring. So he went outside to check it and maybe possibly move it in the house, take it off the not mantle,
Mount.
mount.
Mm.
It starts with an M still. Yay. Take it off the mount real quick and run it in. And he was out there touching it and it went bam, like flash
Oh.
bam, just
Mhm.
right on top. It like completely blinded us with how bright it was.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
Terrifying.
get inside.
Derek
Drop
was
what you're doing.
we were on the porch and Derek was like, "I feel it on my arms.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel the electricity in my arms." And I was like, "What?"
And he started doing that too once we sat outside.
Oh, and then
Mm-mm.
there was one. I'm sorry. Are we triggering you at all?
No, I'm
Okay,
okay.
okay. Um, and then there was one that hit a transformer
Mhm.
over here near the bank that
Mhm.
literally sounded like a huge cannon pop. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
the festivals that happen around us, they have the old timey cannon stuff, and it literally sounded like that. And I was like, "Oh, that transformer's done." And then my old coworker texted me. She's like, "I have no power," and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Crazy.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I know. And so Andy was saying that he was feeling the electricity too, and then he's like, "We should go inside." I just Googled it. We're not safe on the porch. We should go inside.
Yeah.
And so he made me go inside with him, and then I just closed the screen door and brought up a chair and just sat right on the other side of the door, just cheesing away,
Oh,
watching it.
Derek
jeez.
and I were just sitting outside on the porch until I got too hot or something. It was humid too.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I grew up in the South, and the storms are a lot like that. And
Mhm.
it was nice.
Yeah,
I wanted to go to bed, but it was only like 5:30.
I know. That is a shared goal of ours for
Mhm.
like dream house goals
Mhm.
is having a big porch, and I at least will put a bed swing on. I don't know
Oh,
if
hell
that's
yeah.
yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
That'd be
yeah.
awesome.
Going to
My
sleep.
my dream house will have a wraparound porch with many places to lay
Yeah.
and sit, and I will have that one day. I don't know what the
Mm.
inside of my house is gonna look like, but I know what the outside of my house is gonna look like. I love it.
Happy place.
Seriously, that and the beach. We're
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
aligned that way.
Mhm.
Seems like sunny day.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or just rain. Do you like just rain?
No.
Oh, Okay.
Rain gives me anxiety.
Really?
Thunder and lightning terrify me. So a combination is poo-poo for me.
You also live in a really bad area
I
for that.
know.
Yeah.
Not my choice.
New York rains, man. It rains here so well. I guess not this season, but it typically rains here a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, I guess it has been a little lighter. But yeah.
I think that's it for
Yeah.
our goals for this summer. I think that this is an episode that we should turn around and come back on and reflect on in a month, like maybe August or whatever, closer to August.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
idea of this being a seasonal thing, and then we have
Mhm.
tipsy taros to follow this.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
I'm
so excited.
excited.
It's just excitement all around.
I think that's about it. I think we'll see you guys next week when we drink some wine and do some tarot over these summer goals.
Loving it.
Yes. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Unfiltered 3. Remember, we release new episodes every Monday. But if that's not enough, connect with us on our socials at Unfiltered 3, where we can uplift, inspire, and embark on this journey together. Thank you for listening and for being a part of our community. Until next time, take care and keep shining your authentic light. Bye, guys.
Bye.